Hey yo, people, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is Mek Money Monday.
Bang, 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 bang.
It's gonna be an absolutely sick one.
Bacchanal.
For the very, very first time, I'm gonna have a guest in the studio.
Bacchanal.
A special guest.
Hey.
But right now, we're gonna play a couple tunes.
Bacchanal and water. All we come here for. Bacchanal and powder. All we come here for. Bacchanal and water. All we come here for. Tell them. Bacchanal and powder. Watch it, watch it. I come to pay my money and dance in the water. Dance more, dance more. Why than make up my mind chaos and disorder. I never come here to pose and stand up in a corner. Not at all, not at all. Especially when girl waist rolling like hard marijuana. I come in here with a bucket of paint. Drink till a iron fall like a fiend. I never come here to act like a saint. Ask if I know man, I tell them I hate. I come to stand by the barrel of mud. From head to toe, boy, I broke like a flood. You're like vampires attracted to blood. Run into we and them running because when I want Bacchanal and water. All they come here for. Bacchanal and powder. All we come here for. Bacchanal and water. All we come here for. Bacchanal and powder. Come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. We come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. Come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. We come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. Hey. Come to wine and naughty this time of the morning. Watch it, yeah. I prepare to lose my voice from the constant party. Scream out, scream out. I'm not leaving that venue till the sun is rising. Not at all, not at all. Especially with inclusive drinking, my ticket pricing. Watch it now. I see some hot girl them covered in oil. 5 Rastafari and wrapping the foil. I start to melt and the drink start to boil. I'm still not putting on a week in the soil. I never come here for no bag of talk. I come to swoop down and girl like a hawk. I taking police ticket here to park. Reaching the venue even if I must walk. When I walk, Bacchanal and water. All we come here for. Bacchanal and powder. All we come here for. Bacchanal and water. All we come here for. Bacchanal and powder. Come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. We come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. Come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. Man, come to make y'all wine and go down there. Down there. Boom. Well, it's a bacchanal. A bacchanal. Hey, a bacchanal. Well, it's a bacchanal. Hey, bacchanal. Bacchanal, come here for bacchanal. Bacchanal and water. Bacchanal and powder. Bacchanal and water. Bacchanal and powder. Bacchanal and powder.
Dancing in circle. Well, don't you know that it's a happy feeling? Cause when the music playing, it's vibes you getting. Cause we going on the road, 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 road, on the 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 road, and we pumping, and we pumping, and we pumping, hey. and we pumping them. Hey, 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 hey. Cause we going on the road, on the road.
We make them twinkle their toes. Hey, hey. Bungy garden calypso rouse.
Sweet calypso. I love the jump.
Remix. Check this. I am the Lion King, not Rafiki. I look regal in my dashiki. I survive the place where them keep me. I survive the things where them feed me. Them trade and sell and put me through hell. Then they come back and they free me. But that make me stronger, now me last longer. Fearless when they will treat me. I was born with the sunlight reveling. Yes, I've got this natural sunscreen, them call melanin. And you can see my inner beauty and it's genuine. Ancestral lands, yes, I'm heading in. Hey, so clap your hands.
I love the jump.
Oh, ye Africans.
I love the jump.
So clap your hands.
I love the jump.
Oh, ye Africans. Yes, I'm an African. Feel my fire. This is real, this is real, this is real, this is my desire. So take me higher, oh take me higher. Yeah.
I'm an African from Soweto. I'm an African from Tobago.
African.
I'm born with rhythm, whole heap of rhythm.
African.
That's why I love to dance. I love to jump and prance. I'm from everywhere. Delhi's so Basquiat. If it's carnival, I'm from their local. I'm born with rhythm, whole ton of rhythm. That's why I love to dance. I love to jump and prance. I got rhythm, 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 rhythm. African rhythm.
So clap your hands. Oh, ye Africans. So clap your hands. Oh, ye Africans. Yes, I'm an African. Can you feel my fire? This is real, this is real, this is real, this is my desire. So take me higher, oh take me higher. Yeah.
I got rhythm,
Can you feel
Caribbean rhythm,
This is real, this is real, this is real, this is my
African
desire.
rhythm,
So take me higher.
Caribbean rhythm.
African. 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 African.
I love to jump.
Clap your hand.
I love to jump.
Clap your hand.
I love to jump. I love to jump. I love to jump. I love to jump.
Stand the back and I know. Stand the back and I know. I come to start the drinking, the drinking, the drinking. I come to start the whining, the whining, the whining. I come to start the pumping, the pumping, the pumping. And we not leave till I'm morning, I'm morning, I'm morning. Static. All the girls them line up in tongue, whining down to the gong. Gosh, them woman that start me. In the sexy two-piece of cloth, all the blessings them showing up. Come on now, let we start. Start the back and I know. Start jumping up right now. Start the festival now. Start jumping up right now.
tuning in today. It's a super special show. Remember, I told you 2018 is gonna be a special one. For the very first time, I've got a guest in the studio for Mek Money Monday to talk about business and building and developing your business. This is an artist, not only an artist, but an entrepreneur. He's sold just under 30,000 CDs. He has one of the top, if not the top, merchandise stores for an artist in the UK. Not only that, he has his website, he's written a book, a manga. Is there anything this man can't do? He goes by the name of Shaudo. Shaudo, let's talk. Yes, people. This is the very first edition of Mek Money Monday, where I'm sitting down with somebody and discussing business, future plans, how we can make some more money, and what we need to do and how we need to do it. So introducing you to a person that it is an absolute honor to call a personal friend. I've known this particular person for about 10 years now, there or thereabouts, and I've seen this person, this individual, raise his business levels exponentially. I'm gonna introduce you to, he's an artist, a businessman. He uses the term DIY gang. He goes by the name of, he's a martial artist as well. He goes by the name of Shaudo. Shaudo, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio today.
Yo, Mek Money Monday. We in.
We in, bro.
Yeah. No, happy to be here, man.
Thank you for coming round. Thank you for coming round. Now, Shaudo, I know I gave you a bit of a long intro there, but just tell the people a little bit about yourself, about, you know, how long you've been doing this music thing, your studies prior to music, you know. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, basically, I was raised by wolves when I was a kid, and then I had to kill a lion, and somewhere along those lines, I don't know.
I can see that we're gonna be real serious right now.
Nah, okay. So you know what it is. I just love music, and I love the ability to create and have the freedom to do whatever the hell I want to do. Now, unfortunately, creating stuff doesn't pay your bills, so you have to find a way to monetize your artistic product. And I don't really like using the word product, but that's what it is at the end of the day. If you're selling something, it's a product, but it's a creative product. And there's nothing to say that when you are running a business in the creative industry, you can't do that creatively as well. It doesn't have to be so cutthroat and cut and dry as a normal business. You understand what I mean? There's a lot of creativity involved with doing what you do in the music business. And I think nowadays we have so much more freedom and ability to take the career from 0 to 100 yourself independently without the outside need of a label or someone else controlling or owning it, that there's no reason why every artist under the sun shouldn't also be a businessman or businesswoman.
Okay, so you kind of stepped right in there.
Oh yeah, you know, I was supposed to talk about me, wasn't I?
You're supposed to talk about you and how you started, that kind of thing, so that people can get a good understanding.
Sorry, people. I just want to give advice and love and all of that. I'm not, you know, I'm not really on a me vibe right now. But okay, so I'm Shaudo. Lived in China when I was younger, trained in Shaolin Kung Fu, came back, got my law degree, then decided I want to be a rapper. I was writing music, making music whilst I was in university, and something in my head told me I can do this professionally and full time. And what, 6-7 years later, I am doing it professionally and full time. I live entirely off my music. Last year, I won the Hardest Working Artist Award in the AIM Independent Music Awards. Also won the AME Award for Music Artist of the Year last year. We have to win some awards this year. I'm going to be on Ninja Warrior UK around April, May this year as well. Oh, what else? I've sold over 25,000 albums. I have one of the biggest merchandise ranges in this country of any independent artist. Try me, go on my website, come at me, bro. It's not happening. I will win. One of the biggest. What else can I say?
Well, you see.
Oh yeah, I run a store as well.
Yeah.
Like I see, this is the thing. When I start talking about myself, I forget half of the stuff that I do.
No, but this is what you're supposed to do, bro. This is you're supposed to tell the people. Cause the people want to know how to do this, bro.
Well, I run a store, pop-up shop. It's the first and only independent artist-run pop-up shop in this entire country. It's pops up in major shopping centres like you're into Derby, all shopping centres in Southampton, Peterborough, all over the country. Basically, it sells a range of my music, merchandise, my headphone brand. I've also got a book coming out. It's a manga, a Japanese style comic. It's called The Way of Shao. I've released 3 albums so far. And yeah, I've done it all myself, funded it all myself, self-managed, self-survived, self-motivated. It's all got to come from self at the end of the day, because if it doesn't, then I don't know what the hell yourself is doing.
Yeah, I like that. Right, so let's talk now. Let's get to the nitty-gritty, bro. When I met you, I think you just finished your degree.
Yeah.
Either you just finished or you was finishing. You're probably finishing your degree.
Probably finishing.
Yeah. And we were all on this music thing. Right?
As so many people are.
As so many people are, but the problem that I recognize, having been in the game for so many years, is everybody's on this music thing, but I have so many conversations with people and their on this thing equates to I'm looking for a deal to get a handout. You, myself, and probably only a few others were never on that. We're never on the whole look for the handout, look for the advance type maneuver. We always kind of understood the power of self and the power of when a label approaches you because of what you're doing, you get to...
Well, you have the bargaining power.
Of course, you have the bargaining power. Now, before we get to that, because we're gonna talk about the deal that you just signed recently, etc. But before we get that, brother, you used to go around with CDs and shot CDs, man.
Yeah.
Have you gone from shotting CDs on road to having the UK's only artist-run pop-up store and the #1, I'm gonna say it there, #1 merchandise brand for an artist in the UK? And that's, are we still taking into consideration maybe a Dench or them?
See, that's why I can't really say like biggest, because I don't know how Lethal is rolling, because Dench is pretty big, but Lethal is above my pay grade. You know what I mean? Like anybody on my level, I guarantee you, you're gonna struggle to find anybody with a merch range like mine, that sells like mine, that you can live off entirely like mine, who is also a completely independent artist and doesn't have any outside funding or label backing, aside from one dude, and I know him, Zuby, my brother. But aside from that, I can't really name anyone else. I'd like to be proved wrong though, so that's why I give that little disclaimer.
Yeah. Okay, and plus you're a legal man. So
there we go. Ain't nobody suing me. Ain't nobody suing.
Nah, but like I said, man, you started out there selling CDs, and I think you was the first man I seen with the approach of, you never, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it was when you first kicked it off, you weren't really giving people prices. You were just saying, listen to it and give me what it's worth. Or
no. I always started with price.
Was it £3?
The very first CD I had, which I think had about 4 or 5 tracks on it, I sold for £3.
Okay.
But then I quickly realised that if I put more tracks on it, I could sell it for more, so I upped that to £5, and minimum was normally £5. Like I was selling the single for £3, but
that's it.
Yeah, CD was normally £5. Then I think it went to 7, and now at my store I'm selling it for 10, like straight £10 CD.
Yeah, nah, you was busting my head with that, man, because I remember as a man I was seeing when you was doing your thing, it's like, yeah, I'm on road, I'm shotting singles for like £3. Bro, you know that hustle there.
Yeah, well, it's got to be done at the end of the day, because, the amount of money I'd spent on putting the music together, I better at least break even on it. Otherwise, what really is the point? If you're consistently losing money over the years, you're losing money over the years. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's simple, it's simple maths, quick maths. You know what I mean? Like, it's, if you're putting in more money than you are making from what you are doing, it's only a matter of time before you run out of money, unless somebody else is giving you money. If somebody else is giving you money, they then can take ownership of what you do. And from when they take ownership of what you do, you no longer have control over what you do. And that for me is a big problem. So I think, you know, always try and retain as much ownership and control as possible. But yeah, when it came to selling the CDs, it just seemed like the natural way for me to do it. I like talking to people. I think that it gave me the ability to meet the people who directly financially supported my music one-on-one, talk to them, explain to them what I'm doing, and a lot of those people are still with me to this day. You'll see on any of my YouTube videos, people will be talking about where they met me, when they met me, you know, like I've talked to these people. These are not just random numbers online, these are human beings.
This is one of the things that I wanted to explore as well. What do you attribute, like the percentage of your business and repeat business and so on, how much of that do you attribute to the fact that you're tangible? You go out there, you meet people, you talk to them, you have a convo, run to joke, little banter, whatever, sell them the CD, and they remember. How much do you contribute to that personal relationship? Like, I know when I look at your YouTube, yeah, the amount of comments that I see, yeah, I met Shao, such and such at his shop here, I met him there, blah, 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 blah. And it's always keep up the good work, keep up the good work, keep up the good work. And I look and I smile because I'm like, yeah, you know, you've put a little bit of a spin on the whole CD selling game, where it's not just I'm gonna upload this CD on you. It's like we're gonna have a personal relationship. But I don't want to talk on your behalf. Yeah. You know, tell us about
that. To answer your first question, I would say modestly, probably about 80 to 90% of my business is as a result of having had a personal interaction with somebody. More often than not, it's in person, but sometimes online. I mean, on my drive here, somebody actually just ordered a cap, and this new thing that I've launched called Personalized Track, where I re-record one of my tracks with a shout out to the person at the beginning.
So in real language, what, dub plate?
Yeah, but it's for the fans, not for the DJs, you know. Yeah. So you can get your favorite track with a quick shout out from the artist, which is me, at the beginning. Sick. Like, I know plenty of tracks where, like, if I could holler Buster and say, yo, can you just do Break Your Neck with my name in it? You know what I mean? Like, that sort of thing. I just thought that'd be cool, and yeah, it's just nice to see people supporting that. And
are people, sorry to cut you, bro, are you charging for that, or is that just okay?
Just a little price, so not major, but like a $5 for the time it takes me to go do that and everything. But it's just a little extra bonus, just something nice for the people at the end of the day. But I think that ultimately your fans are always going to want to support you in one way or another, whether it's buying your merchandise, buying your music, listening to your music, talking to people about your music, or coming to a show. They want to do that because that's what your fan is. That's what a fan is. So reward them for that, and make them feel some sort of benefit for doing that. Give them something over and above what somebody who would just stream your track on YouTube and then forget about you gets. You know, give them a bit more of a personal relationship so that they feel a benefit and some sort of increased advantage to actually what's the word I want? Directly supporting what you do. You know?
Okay. I think there's a lot to be said for personal relationships. In most sales literature or even conferences that you might go to, they will say to you, you know, the personal relationship where the person believes that, then, you know, not even believes, but the person knows you. Yeah, it's a lot stickier as far as business is concerned. So yeah, here we were selling CDs, and so the next naturally progressive step was, let me do an album because I can charge a little bit more money for the album. Then so you start charging for the album. Now, what was some of the challenges that you were encountering?
I think the main challenge was really just perception, more than anything else, because you're out there on the street, you got CDs, without naming names or being too bad-minded, there are a lot of people who sell CDs, predominantly in Camden, who don't have the right attitude and who kind of bully people into buying the CDs. So when you're approaching on a different wavelength, you get a lot of people kind of looking at you like that. Okay. You know, so the whole shotting mixtape thing, the whole, oh yeah, let me give you a donation thing, I had to make it very clear from early, no, this is the price of the CD. I'm not accepting £1. I'm not accepting £1, I'm not accepting £2. This is the price. If you don't want to pay the price, it's entirely up to you. You can go check me out online, but I'm not accepting less than what this is worth, because this is worth something. And if you don't if you don't put a value on your art, other people won't value your art.
That's so true.
So that's the way I looked at it. A lot of the challenges were just, you know, preconceptions of this music is not going to be good because this guy is out here talking to me. If it was good, if it were good, then I would see him on the TV, or I would have heard of him already. I'd hear him on the radio, that kind of thing. And I think that a lot of the time people don't realize the amount of graft and hard work that goes on behind the scenes in order to get to the point where you are on the TV and on the radio. You have to go through that entire journey. So nobody can ever turn to me and say I'm an overnight success, because I've got direct proof of people 7, 8, 9 years back who were meeting me out there on the high street, talking to me and buying my CD. So, you know, this has been a long-term journey, and I think long-term success cannot be taken away in the short term.
No, and there's no substitute for experience or hard work.
See the fire.
Such a sick tune. Cara Mara. Z-Bias remix of Golden. Before that we had that was Just Now's tune Fire featuring Busy Signal.
This is golden.
If you've been tuned in from the top, you would have heard we've started a conversation with a man called Shoudo. Don't worry, the conversation's gonna carry on throughout the show. If you're an MC, if you're a singer, if you're a self-made entrepreneur, you want to listen to this show. You're gonna learn all about the value in valuing yourself. The value in customer relationships. If you're about business, this is the right place for you. We're not like those people in the suits and ties here. This is Mek Money Monday. I am Serocee. And while I got the opportunity, I gotta still remind you, 26th of January, Hoxton Bar and Grill is our first residency. Myself, DJ Fernie, DJ Neptizzle, DJ Blase Vanguard, all coming and representing our respective islands. Beer vibes, beer niceness, dancehall, hip-hop, R&B, house, garage, kuduro, reggaeton. Anything you want will be played. But without further ado, let's get back into the conversation and pick up where we left off, yeah? So, you got your guys in Camden that are bullying people. Yo,
not all of them.
No,
but that's a stereotype.
But,
and
yeah.
in America as well, you get that a lot. You know, you
Of
go
course.
to Times Square, you're going to be hit up by like 5-6 people trying to sell their mixtape. Sometimes the CD don't even have any music on it. I've heard the stories.
Can't argue. But I think one of the good things with you was, and I've seen more people, because I always have this challenge in my mind of, if I saw my brethren doing it first, then as far as I'm concerned, he created it, right?
Yeah.
So when you were selling your CDs, you were always walking with your CD player,
Yeah.
headphones,
Yeah.
listen to this.
Yeah. This is a key thing. I mean, if you're selling anything, you have to let the person listen to it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that was one thing I never got with a lot of the people who were doing it. They weren't letting the person listen to the music before buying. And more often than not, that's what would sell the music. I've had people straight up tell me I don't have money or I'm not going to buy anything. They hear the CD and then they go to the cash point, or suddenly they pull some money out of their wallet. Now, I've even got the card reader, so you can't tell me you don't have cash.
You don't have cash,
Yeah.
man. So then moving on from that. So we're selling CDs, and you said you sold 25,000 CDs.
25,000. Well, more than 25,000.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's way more than 25,000. But I just say 25,000 is a round number.
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere around 27, 28 at the moment.
Independently.
Yeah.
And that's 25 albums.
Yeah,
Or
well, this
CDs
is
and albums combined.
cumulative. So this is across the 3 albums, plus the first mixtape that I had, which I no longer sell. But this is across the journey. Do you know what I mean?
So,
And that's not including digital downloads, because I don't really know how to count that. Because if somebody buys like 3 tracks off an album, what is that? You know, how can I count that?
I hear that. So we go from there and we start moving up. We start having you started getting inspired, or were you always inspired by, and his name escapes me,
Tech 9?
Tech 9.
You know what? I heard about him somewhere along my journey. It was certainly a while after I'd started it off, because what I really appreciated was it suddenly gave me a direction that I could aim and some sort of goal where I could say, okay, this is where you can take it to independently, which is worldwide. Before, I was kind of doing it and thinking, well, you know, I don't know anybody else who's doing this, so everybody's signed. I don't know how far I can take this independently. Am I going to need to get signed at some point? Then I heard about Tech9, saw what it was he was doing, and thought, no, actually, this can be done independently if run correctly. And, you know, opening for him was a massive honour because he's definitely one of my favourite artists.
Yeah, Tech9's dope, man. I think when you look at the independent game, okay, because a lot of artists out there, and that's one of the main ambitions of mine for this particular episode of the podcast, is to explain, you got a lot of artists out there that claim to be independent, that aren't, because there's a man behind the scenes that's giving money towards it and so on. But when you're truly independent, so when you're truly face to the wind, shoulders to the wind, and you have to find the money to mix, master, distribute, case up, artwork, all of that's coming out of your back pocket. You have to make sure you're making that money back. Yeah. You know, and that's really
and also that you can spend the money in a smart way so that money goes far.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. I call it the condensed milk approach. I don't know if I've ever shared that with you.
No.
My condensed milk approach, for everybody that's out there, if you're Caribbean, you're more than likely gonna know what condensed milk is.
But I'm lactose intolerant, so me and that don't run.
Or it does run you. But yeah, condensed milk is, what would you call it? You'd call it a version of milk that you have to dilute. So it's like, it's really like Ribena, but it's milk. And the reason why I call my approach to it the condensed milk approach, because a little goes a long way.
I don't know about you, but my condensed milk goes straight in there. I don't know about
the whole. You'll use the whole can on there?
Not the whole can, but like a good amount. It tastes good, you know. You put that in tea, that tastes good.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Don't be stingy with no. What you mean about 2 drops?
Nah, but my condensed milk approach, man. Use a little for a lot, just like Ribena, man. If you're drinking, you know, bottles of juice. There's a difference, right, between a bottle of Ribena and how much you can get liquid that you can drink and the Ribena. But anyway, regardless of that, that's what we're saying. We're talking about using the little that you do get each time and reinvesting. What were some of the things that you were reinvesting in?
You know, first of all, it was just the CDs, because when I first started, I bought a CD printer. So I was actually printing.
So that's the first thing you did?
I was printing up the CDs myself.
Yeah.
So I was buying blank CDs, I was buying the cases, I was buying the ink, and I was actually printing them up myself and selling them. Eventually, I realised I've now got enough money to get them glass mastered and replicated rather than doing it myself, because the amount of time I was spending actually printing the CDs, because you need to at some point realise that your time is valuable and your time also has a price on it, and okay, you can save X amount of money by doing this, but what else could you be doing if you were not doing this?
Good.
You know, so I think that you have to place a value on your time, and as you progress in your journey, your time starts to become more valuable than it was when you first started. When you first start, yes, try and do every possible thing yourself, but as it progresses, you can start to delegate and you can start to pay other people to do it. Now, the benefit of having done it yourself is when you've delegated to somebody else, you know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it and what they should be doing and when they're not doing it right, you know?
So, that's exactly it. Because there's something to be said for startup businesses, and that's across the board. That's not just music. Across the board, day one, make sure you know how to do every single job.
Know it inside out. You master your business is what I always say.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what it is. As a musician, you should know the music business. If you don't, then you are going to get screwed over at some point, because somebody who does know the music business will know exactly how to take you for a ride.
Absolutely.
But yeah, in terms of what I was invested in, it was just mainly supplies to actually have something to sell. But eventually, I had a surplus of money, so I started putting it into t-shirts because people were asking me for t-shirts.
So that's how the merch started.
Yeah. So the t-shirts, it was just simple things. I designed it myself, designed the t-shirt myself, had my first t-shirts printed. Most of those sold. I didn't sell them all because I genuinely didn't know how to sell t-shirts, but I thought, okay, let me try this. After that, I invested in some more t-shirts. Those sold better because I was actually asking my fans this time around. I designed it, put it online and said, what do you think of this? Should I change this? Should I move this? And I got fan feedback.
Slow that down. And I'm not trying to be Nari from Drink Champs here, but I want you to rewind.
Yeah.
because again, it's important for people to know you're gonna fall over when you're an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah,
100%.
There's nothing wrong with mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with failure.
So you then need to know at that point though, get your feedback. That's your first thing. You know, what went wrong? How do I fix it? So that's what you did. You got your first batch of t-shirts. You said, all right, boom, I didn't sell all of this. What do the people really want? Maybe it's a question that you put out what you wanted to put out.
Yeah.
What do the people want to see?
Well, firstly, the first t-shirts I did, they were digital printed. They looked okay. It had a small design on it. They were all black. They were fine. Second t-shirt, but they just didn't sell as well because I didn't have the avenues to sell them. I wasn't doing enough shows. I didn't have any online avenues to sell them, etc., etc. Second t-shirts I did, I got the fan feedback. I designed it. I tweaked it based on what people were saying. I even added a tagline based on what somebody had recommended, and I got those in black. I got them in several colors actually. I got them in black, blue, red, and purple, and then I got some female fit t-shirts as well. And what I learned from that is that people like colors. Black is a good staple for a t-shirt, but you should always have different colors as well. In terms of what colors, you need to know your fan base in order to decide on that. For me, I like blue because that's my favorite color, and the blue sells. Purple is a very good color for both men and women. Pink is cool for women, but I think the trouble is mostly you're going to price yourself out with men, because most men are not going to want to wear pink, whereas guys will be happy to wear purple, and women are happy to wear purple as well. So you've got a happy medium. The other thing that I learned was that, okay, it's nice to get female cut t-shirts, but realistically only women can wear those. Men and women can wear men cut t-shirts, and women are perfectly happy to wear men cut t-shirts because ultimately they're unisex. Whereas a female fitted t-shirt, that's for women only. So if you're trying to maximize your investment, you really need to think about ways to do that. And there's nothing wrong with getting female fitted t-shirts if you can afford that, and if you've got a big enough female fan base for that. But the way I looked at it was, let me get as many items as I can that can sell to literally everybody, because then that maximizes my investment, and I don't have any dead stock sitting around. Even from those second t-shirts, I think I've got like 2 female fitted t-shirts still left that I couldn't sell at the time, and now I can't be bothered to sell now, but they're just there, and if I find somebody who fits it, I'll probably just give it to them. But yeah, so that was one lesson I learned. And then from the t-shirts, I think I invested into snapbacks after that, then went to beanies, then jumpers, then hoodies. Then I started looking at the actual design of the material and the what's it called, the patterns on the material. So now I've got the Shower Glow hoodies, which are
Tell them about the Shower Glow,
my
bro.
bestseller. It started with the Shower Glow t-shirts actually. They're glow in the dark t-shirts, so my logo glows when you turn the lights off, and then that evolved into the hoodies. Those are my bestsellers easily, and the hoodies sell for £60 each, and they sell. They sell like I almost sold out of them twice over the Christmas period. Wow. And I had a lot, so and that was the pattern on the jumper. If you want to see it, go to diygang.co.uk, but the pattern on the hoodie and on the t-shirt, plus the design that I'd added to it, plus the fact that it's glow in the dark, this is all added value, so I've created my brand, but I've also added value to it. And then when somebody's walking around with it, they're not only advertising me and my name, but they're also going to be telling people about this cool t-shirt that they got and this guy that they met who's doing this, this, and this. And so that is advertisement for you as a musician as well, which is free because the person actually wants to do it because they're a fan of you. And I don't know what to say about that. That's it's invaluable.
But once again, you go back onto the customer experience, and there's a few things that you keep on hitting, not necessarily saying the words of, but it's just that added value. You're adding value. You're not just, and that's why I'm so proud of you as well. You know what I mean? And I just like Harry says, but I've been saying it forever. I believe in giving somebody their flowers while they can smell them. You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
And my thing is that when I look at an example of business that's done, I look at this industry, and I'm not necessarily looking at Joe Bloggs, big name MC that has decided he wants to do a t-shirt line or a cap line. I'm looking at people from grassroots that have gone out and achieved things. So you've gone t-shirts, snapbacks, jumpers, hoodies, jackets, yeah,
beanies, headphones.
Now the headphones is what I want to talk to you about as well. So, really and truly, in fact, tell us about the headphones, because I remember when you first mentioned the headphones to me, and the headphones have gone through a couple of design changes.
Yeah,
since.
the headphones have been weird because it's one of the few products that I didn't make entirely myself. It was a partnership with a headphone company, but initially it was just a sponsorship. But my fans liked them so much that they asked to be able to buy them, which, God bless my fans, which is a situation that's happened on numerous occasions. I had one year where people would come out specifically to find me to buy my snapback off my head, and I made it a thing where I'd say if you find me, you can buy my snapback. And this happened on multiple occasions where I'd just be out on the road selling my CDs, and somebody would come up and say, "Can I buy your cap?" So that was a thing that happened for a while, and I enjoyed that. So yeah, my fans are awesome. They give me the freedom and the income I need to live the life that I'm trying to live. But yeah, going back to the headphones, so they were like, my fans were like, yeah, we want these headphones. How can we get them? So I went back to the manufacturer. I said, look, I think there's an opportunity here. Let's work together and see what we can do. We designed the headphones, boxed them up. I had a box with my face on it. And yeah, started selling it online, at shows, various other places, and they sold. I mean, they sold out over Christmas, over the first Christmas that I brought them out, and that was fantastic. And the headphones were part of the reason why we even started the store in the first place, because you can't really take headphones out on road in a backpack and try and sell somebody headphones. But if you've got a small island pop-up shop and you've got them displayed, now you can. It's all about perception at the end of the day and how things look as well.
But the headphones that you had, I know you'd be modest and you don't like talking about you. The headphones that you had weren't any regular headphones that just played music, bro. Right? Let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, you know why I actually forgot.
Tell them about the freaking headphones.
Okay,
fam.
so yeah, they got 4 speakers in each ear. So the sound quality is off the hook, first of all, and they had to be, because if I'm putting my name to anything, it's got to be top quality. But I think the major selling point was it had a built-in MP3 player, so you could store music on it. So those headphones actually came preloaded with my music on it. So if you're buying the headphones, you're getting my music. So if you've never even heard of me, but you just like the headphones, you still get to hear me. So it's all about adding value and making sure that your creative process is imbued into every single thing that you do.
Listen to that, people. This show is called Mek Money Monday, right? A man's just explained to you that he wasn't selling any regular headphones. He added value to it by making sure, by selling the type of headphones where you could download your music to the headphones and walk without needing anything, any phone. You didn't need no phone, you didn't need nothing. The headphones alone was what you needed to walk road, yeah, with your music. He didn't just sell you any regular hoodie or jumper. Man sold you one that glowed in the dark. So even in the dark of a dance, you could see man's logo in the dance. Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Right? So you got all of this merchandise to go, and as you kind of alluded to, but the one thing you haven't spoken about that we're gonna get to in a second, you got all the merchandise. You're now saying, well, boy, I can't really shut these headphones on road like that. I need a little pop-up shop. How did you get into that?
You know what? I just contacted a load of shopping centres, found out the process for doing it.
Stop. Why did you contact the shopping centres? What inspired you to do that? Because you're inspiring people, bro. So what inspired you to do that?
Well, what inspired me ultimately was the fact that I didn't want to be 30 years old walking around on road selling CDs. That was not my life plan. The only reason I was doing it was to make the money in order to make the music. Needs must. But at the end of the day, again, perception. And if after 10 years I'm still walking road and selling CDs, people who supported me over these years are going to be looking at me and being like, well, what is he doing? He hasn't progressed at all. You've got to show progression. So the natural progression for me, who is somebody who likes to talk to people and who has the ability to sell his music and his merchandise, is to have some sort of stable place in a shopping centre. So yeah, it just kind of made sense at the time, and luckily it worked, because it was one of those ones where nobody has ever done it before, so we didn't know if it was going to work or not.
Brother, I remember you calling me and telling me about this, right? Because people that you won't know, but like I said, me and Shao go back a number of years, and we exchange business ideas regularly. And I remember you calling me and telling me about the shop, and I was like, "Wow, why didn't I think of that?" That was so sick, bro.
Well, it's good because I mean, it just means that I only realistically need to work about 10 days a month at the store, and then the rest of my month is covered based on the sales. I just did a 30. Hold on, let me try and work this out. Probably about 40-day stint at the store over Christmas with 2 days off, and I'm not going back to the store until probably end of February because I'm good. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
So, like, I've got the finance I need to progress my business without having to make any more money. If I make more money, well, I've got bookings in February, so that's cool. But if I make more money, that's nice, but I'm good already. You understand what I mean? So, like, I plan that out to make sure that I can sit in front of my laptop and do what I need to do to put myself in a position where I'm further along now, you know?
Metro Boomin, want some more, nigga.
Automatics in the trunk. Shoot the maggots with the pump. Thought it natty, love the paddock on my arm. He got static, pussy nigga run your charm. Ghostface killers, Wu-Tang, 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moosang, at the top of the food chain. Trapping the cocaine, no game. Shooter with no names. We can play toe games, the whole game. Kicking your dough, man. Yeah. Put on the paddock, Poppy said it, I'm an addict. Break the mattress with a battery on the attic. Diamond glasses, need some glasses for the flashes, yeah. Michael Jackson with the fashion, bitch, I'm dabbing, yeah. I do this shit on purpose, got these bitches slurping. Whoa. All your pockets on hurting, nigga, you could be my servant. Go to the line, young nigga, don't listen, I purchase. After I cut up the thought, I give her some money for services. Wherever I go, the whole gang gon' go. Yeah, you cannot tame the hoe because she won't fame for show. You think that you rich cause you got 100 or more. I got an overload, look like I just sold my soul. I pour up before a liter, I got the stripes, Adidas. I got a farm, mama, see it, and I've been known to beat it. Niggas ain't going defeated, we get the guns immediate. No running the coupe is an idiot, these niggas is broken, it's pitiful. Automatics, in the trunk. Shoot the maggots with the pump. Thought it natty, love the paddock on my arm. He got static, pussy nigga run your charm. Ghostface killers, Wu-Tang, 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moosang, at the top of the food chain. Trapping the cocaine, no game. Shooter with no names. We can play toe games, the whole game. Kicking your dough, man.
Yeah. Kim Jong, yeah, big bomb. Wonder bread, man, make your bitch lick crumb. Yeah, out of my pocket, flooded, got my wrist numb. Blink, grab the hit stick, nigga tryna blitz some. Dope boy, I sell coke, boy. You broke ass rappers, food, it's a po' boy. Everybody the same, all these niggas sound alike. Yeah, Fox 5 gang, turn you to a candlelight. Bitch boy on my mobster, shrimp in my pasta. Jamaican dun da da, hang round the shotters. Mad Max, nigga, yeah, I hang with the killers. Planet of the H, yeah, I hang around gorillas. I got AK, SK, HK, broad day. You a fuck boy, we ain't with the horseplay. Bitch, Trump ass nigga, did you do your chores today? Do you wanna take a ride with the coroner today?
Automatics in the trunk. Shoot the maggots with the pump. Thought it natty, love the paddock on my arm. He got static, pussy nigga run your charm. Ghostface killers, Wu-Tang, 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moosang, at the top of the food chain. Trapping the cocaine, no game. Shooter with no names. We can play toe games, the whole game. Kicking your dough, man.
Drop from the heaven straight in the wild. Trunk in the front, top gotta slide. Ride suicides, we keep the shit alive. Jumping at the public houses, don't you come outside. Private status, tryna land a jet at Magic. Going way up, on my way to cut the traffic. Pop the ceiling, pop the beat, I need the balance. Bloody asses, what I'm seeing is way too graphic. Your fingers, cause the cactus dangerous. Broke, you ain't us, we don't speak that language. On the couches, Tom Cruise, I'ma make her see she snort a mountain. Records on the outfit, I make her bounce. Resurrect my life, yeah, CPR my pipe, yeah. Please need the energy, only got a night, yeah. Nike boys, we don't do 3 strikes.
I'm living for my niggas that do life, yeah. Automatics, yeah. In the trunk, shoot the maggots with the pump. Thotty natty, love the paddock on my arm. He got static, pussy nigga run your charm. Ghostface killers, Wu-Tang, 21 News Gang. Drug dealers in the Moosang, at the top of the food chain. Trapping the cocaine, no game, shooter with no names. You can play toe games, the whole game, kicking your domain.
Yeah. You hear that? That's inevitability. You can't stop this shit. I'm too tapped in. Too low. Surrounded by a few of my niggas who did breaking and entering. Do a business with them cause they can't break a commitment. No. Look, I'm a magician, I belong inside Magic City. Got too much intuition to just blow tuition on titties, I know. Young Metro got this stick, that's a cig, he don't smoke. Fuck around, get smoked. I can't think of one time I was put up on the spot, then I choked. I can't think of one time I got rich and went broke. Bitch, I'm doing digits, all business, big business. See me on the block, bitch, it's still business. See my dick off in the mouth, yup, bitch, it's still business. Ye said, kill them all. God the only witness, I'm set. Sunset. Put it down for the team that I protect. Bitch, please do not interject. If you move too quick, I might take it as a threat. I'm consistent, I'm persistent, gotta get it. Bitch, I risk it. Time to hit them big licks and make that shit a tradition. Yeah, what goes around comes around faster than fidgets. Man, out here is frigid. Man, these streets is vicious. About to give my girl some kids just to start a family business. Cause it's all about business. Yeah, big digit business. Yeah, look, we out here trying to start a franchise. We tell the truth, you telling stories round the campfire. Yeah, it's all game, ho, let it soak. Me and my bros rock the same chains around like we a cult. I'm the one in the bunch, they protect me like the Pope. Going all night on a daily though. Rolling down 7 Mile, better thou. Hit downtown and hit the out. Nothing free, not even style. Free vest, oh yeah, let him out. King of my city, man, I feel like I'm Coretta child. I'm my mama's son, I gotta rise, I can't let her down. Bitch, I'm doing digits, all business, big business. See me on the block, bitch, it's still business. See my dick off in the mouth, yup, bitch, it's still business. Ye said, kill them all. God the only witness, I'm set. Sunset. Put it down for the team that I protect. Bitch, please do not interject. If you move too quick, I might take it as a threat.
Got them waiting for my verses like it's Christmas to come. Would talk about my exes, but I'm dissing them all. Bought 4 closed houses and I'm fixing them all. Anytime I caught work, it was pistols involved. Yeah, I'm talking big business. Here go the statistics. 1 out of every 5 people trapping turn snitches. Get up out the game, put it up for a raining. Hardest working man in showbiz, no complaining. Yeah, I get a rush from the grind. Touchdown, bust down, single for tonight. When she come over, deep tissue, neck, shoulder. Got a restaurant, a label, and a clothing. Line, I ain't lying. Lying down the street. Discount code, first come, gon' eat. And this ain't for the week. I do it every week. I do it in my sleep. I end it like ink.
Bitch, I'm doing digits, all business, big business. See me on the block, bitch, it's still business. See my dick off in the mouth, yup, bitch, it's still business. Ye said, kill them all. God the only witness, I'm set. Sunset. Put it down for the team that I protect. Bitch, please do not interject. If you move too quick, I might take it as a threat. Look. Boy, the business internal, the vision's eternal. These niggas will burn you, don't ask no questions if that shit don't concern you. I've been standing outside all day, man, rocking my thermal. My off-white came straight from Virgil. My brother's on side of me, that's who I turn to when shit get too turned to handle it. Dolo, and it's too lit inferno. While you was dozing, knocked out, I was nocturnal. I wrote every single success I had first in the journal. You bitches nothing but hurdles, boy, I hop right over you. Who the fuck you think watching over you? I'm God's favorite, you couldn't pray 100 times a day to have me over and through. I'm the bipolar you, I'm doing what you way too old to do. I got a ocean view overview that reminded me this is overdue. Jeez, I don't got feelings, I just feel seats. I'm on fleek, I don't retreat. I did this shit in my sleep. It's like I don't sleep. I don't cuddle, bitch, I'm the team captain inside the huddle. The man in my house and the man your little brother grew up to. The man in my hood and all the other hats that I juggle. You niggas, my little cousins, little niggas. Nobody's sonning me. If I am a son, I'm the one you look up to. I look up. Fuck you. Big business. Whoa.
want some more, nigga.
Fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on the Uzi and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Ay, ay. Switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying recipes to Bon Scott. Close that door, we blowing smoke. She asked me light a fire like a Marsan. Ay. Act a fool on stage, probably leave my fucking show in a cop car. Ay. Shit was legendary, through a TV out the window of the montage. Cocaine on the table, liquor porn, don't give a damn. Dude, your girlfriend is a groupie, she just tryna get in. Saying I'm with the band. Ay, ay. Now she acting out of pocket, tryna grab up on my pants. On their bitches in my trailer, say they ain't got a man. And they all brought a friend. Yeah, ay. I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on the Uzi and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
I been in the hills, fucking superstars, feeling like a pop star. Drinking Henny, bad bitches jumping in the pool and I ain't got on no bra. Hit her front or back, pulling on the tracks and now she screaming out no more. They like Savage, why you got a 12-car garage and you only got 6 cars? I ain't with the cake and how you kiss that. Your wifey say I'm looking like a whole snap. Green honey's in my safe, I got old racks. LA bitches always asking where the coke at. Living like a rock star, smash out on a cop car. Sweeter than a Pop-Tart, you know you are not hard. I done made the hot chart, remember I used to chop hard. Living like a rock star, I'm living like a rock star.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on the Uzi and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
Somebody tell. Is she for keeps? Somebody tell. Is she for keeps? Ay, ay. Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody tell. Is she for keeps? Oh, is she for keeps? Somebody tell. Is she for keeps? Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody tell me, is she for keeps? Somebody tell. Oh yeah. Cause I bought her bags and a bang room. And I put them diamonds in them bangles. Like the way she take them pictures, it's them angles. Flash. Like the way she keep her business all personal. You know, you know, you know, you fit me. You get me, you get me, you get me. Drop off your old boy and get with me, get me. Heard it's slippery, heard it's wet like seaweed. Moonwalking on slabs. She live life like Babs. Nails and hair all long. Shopping spree in Hong Kong. Ass fat in the jeans. She don't like to wear thongs. She gon' make you sing this song. Is she for keeps? Oh, this drink for me. Smoke this dope for me. Drive around with me. Ay, just for keepsake. She gon' lead the way. I might fall back and go count up a large bag. Is she for keeps? Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody tell. Is she for keeps? Oh, is she for keeps? Somebody tell. Is she for keeps? Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody tell me, is she for keeps? Somebody tell. Oh yeah.
Perfect, nobody's perfect. My body's perfect, bitch, I'm perfect. Somebody lied, just watch me murk it, I'ma murk it. Bitches my sons, I use the circuit, got him hurting. He know for certain, caught me that Birkin, baby nervous. I make him nervous, I make him nervous. When them bum bitches in my town, all my real niggas alert us. He say, damn baby you bad, I say I commit murders. When the block start to get hot, he know I'll hide his burners. I'm for keeps, I am for keeps. She can't compete, he ain't stupid enough to lose me to another nigga in them streets. Ooh, they salty, I know they salty. Please say the Barbie, he say the Barbie. I'm the bad bitch that all the bad bitches fuck with. She a mad bitch if she ain't fucking with me, suck dick. This piece flooded out, cost about $1.06. Pull up on a bum bitch and be like, what up sis? Rap bitches is on my nuts, call them Chip and Dale. These bitches can't see me, they should all be reading Braille. Pull off in that GT with some Seagram ginger ale. Tell that bitch I'm Oprah, she couldn't even be Gail. I'm me. When will these girls ever see? You will never be
quality control.
And that's the real.
Well, what up, Nikki?
Is she for keeps? Somebody tell me, is she? Somebody.
Earlier on, I played 21 Savage, I played Post Malone.
Oh, is she for keeps?
I played the whole of people in this little quarter, but we're gonna move on back again.
Somebody tell me, is she?
Remember, it's Mek Money Monday. Don't make nobody tell you to look for what you already have within you.
Tell me, is she for keeps?
Strive and achieve.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that I'm missing, that I'm kind of pissed you haven't mentioned yet. The van.
Forgot. Oh yeah, I did forget that.
The van, bro.
Yeah. I've got a personalized van with my name on it. It's blue and black. It looks dope. If you see it, like wave at me. The Shadow ship.
Hold on, bro. And I keep on interrupting you because I just don't like this modest thing. This is Mek Money Monday,
I keep
bro.
forgetting it. Like I until you mentioned the van, I'd actually forgotten about it.
This is Mek Money Monday. This is where we celebrate you, bro. Yeah, so we're celebrating you. You've got a personalized van, not no regular white van. A personalized van with your face on the side of it.
No, it's not. It's got my name on it. I thought my face would be a bit too much. Do you know what I mean? Like I know, man's sexy and all that, but let's tone it back a bit. It's got my name on it. It's just mine. Do you know what I mean? It's free advertisement. It's in my opinion, it's better than I don't know, like paying for a 2-day billboard or something like that, which will probably cost the same amount that I paid for the van. But well, actually, I can't say that for definite because I don't know how much that sort of thing costs. But I imagine in prime areas, it's going to be expensive. It's going to cost you a good couple tens of bags. So the idea behind the van was literally, the story behind it was I'd just done a show in Southampton. I brought all of my merchandise down. It had been a good show, sold a load of stuff, and then I'm trying to fill my car with boxes. And I'm playing Tetris here, and I finally managed to get everything in it except for one box. I'm looking at this box. I don't know what I can do with it. Like, it's got hoodies in it. I need this. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I might have to take everything out of the box and kind of throw it around the car just to get it all in. But there's no way this box is getting in the car. So I had to give it to someone else who's going back to London for me. And it's that at that point that I realised if I wanted to progress my business, I needed some sort of bigger vehicle with more space. Because otherwise my business is only going to be as big as how much I can fit in my car. So I started thinking one of those small vans. But then one of my fans actually, who, because I put out some thoughts on Facebook just saying, looking to buy a vehicle, don't really know what I need, etc., etc. A guy who really knew vans got in contact. He loved my music. He wanted to help. So me and him went around. We looked at a load of vans. I eventually settled on a big boy van because I thought if I'm going to progress and if I'm going to grow, I need to forward think. So I got a big van with the intention of filling it. Now, when I first started, I could have slept in the back of the van if I wanted to because I only had a couple boxes in there, about 4 or 5 boxes. I never did, by the way, because I do hotels because I got standards and I like to wash. But I could have if I wanted to. Now you cannot walk inside that van. Like, it's got probably about 20 boxes in there. It's full of stuff, all merchandise, all stuff related to my business, and it's been able to grow because I've had the space to grow. To the point now where I start to think I probably need like a bigger van, or I need 2 or something like that.
Wow.
So
it's a state of mind, bro. Like what you're saying to me here is, we started out in the car.
Yeah.
Okay. But my brain and my business, yeah, whilst it can fit in the car, I'm not thinking about the car. I'm thinking that I need to grow it to van size.
Yeah, and you know, I think you also need to have a certain mentality, because some man would not want to drive a van because they want to drive the Merc or they want to drive the BM. And the amount of money I spent on it, yeah, I could have got a nice car for that. But I was thinking about my business, and I'm thinking that, you know, okay, I'm spending that money on like a decent car, but how is that car making me money?
Well,
this van has made me more than enough money because it's a van I can travel the country on diesel, and it's not going to cost me as much as on petrol, and vans are workhorses.
But in short, bro, has the van paid for itself?
It's more than paid for itself.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, just in terms of the convenience and the ability, because I couldn't even do the store without the van. Like real talk, there's absolutely no way I could do the store without it. I took a month's worth of clothes, merchandise. I took my recording setup all up to Derby, and that all just fitted in the van. I even took my bonsai tree in there as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I didn't want it to die.
Nah, that's crazy, man. I love to hear this. I love to hear this. You're in the van. You travel the country with your van, doing pop-up stores, selling merchandise, selling CDs. Now
it's good for festivals as well, that kind of stuff. Even to the point now where I've just invested in, you know, them kind of trolleys that can take.
Oh, the hydraulic kind of.
Yeah, well, it's not like a hydraulic one, but it's a push trolley, because now I'm thinking, right, I want to go to a festival and I want to take the merch from point A to point B, and I don't want to carry the boxes, so let me just put it on the trolley and push.
You're ramping, bro.
So yeah, I can, you know, everything's kind of, and it's blue, by the way, because
of course it is.
Blue's my thing. So yeah.
Nah, that's crazy, man. You're on some regular A-team type, old school A-team type maneuver.
Yeah, roll up in the van, everything you need is there. Like the mic is in there. The merch is in there. Like I at one point actually I was looking to set the van up so that I could do live performances from the van.
Oh, stop it now, bro.
But I decided against it because, again, perception. You know, like I need to be in venues doing it properly. You know,
I believe so.
Performing from the back of the van is all well and good at an earlier stage
as a PR thing.
Yeah, in the earlier stage of the career, but it's gone long past that now.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you about, though, you know, we've covered the merch side of it, the sales side of things. Now, music. So we know you're doing the music, bro. Right? You're getting these CDs. You're selling it because people are rating you and buying CDs.
Yeah. Not just CDs, by the way. USB wristbands now as well.
We're gonna get to the list of merch.
Just remember that.
You know what I mean? You want to stunt? When I'm asking you to stunt, you don't want to stunt. Nah, but here's the thing. Shows, bro. Because none of this, and please forgive me and please tell me I'm wrong. I'm not afraid of being wrong. None of this is being done by, you know, the whole trial, the judge and jury being social media. It's not about you being viral and getting them viral followings and all of a sudden being an overnight success. It's literally done by shaking hands, meeting people. So
I'm really rubbish at social media, so it has to be, because it's just not my forte. It's just not something I'm good at.
I suppose what I'm getting at, bro, is, and I know you got your following on social media, but everything that you're doing is almost defies logic, because a man will look at your social media following and go, okay, that's his following. But then when you if you're just looking at that as maths, they're not seeing the bigger picture that is you.
No, not at all.
You know?
And I think the added logic to Defy is the fact that I am also on Spotify, but people will still buy a physical CD and pay additional money for it, despite the fact that they could just listen on Spotify for free if they wanted to. And the reason being is because you add value in the interaction and you give people a reason to support you with, financially by buying a CD. They're not just buying a CD, they're investing in your career. They get it signed, they've met me, they've got a story now.
And people are happy to, I think, as far as business is concerned, once you get in front of the right people, people are happy to support. I know times are hard, money's hard to come by, but people always seem happy to support something that they believe in.
Yeah, well, and I would say on average, I get per head, I get about 25 to 30 pounds spent per head.
There you go.
You know, I had some people spending about 100, 150 in one sale at the store. You know, and that's just because they want to support. So they're buying CD, they're buying t-shirt, hat, jumper, etc., etc.
So do you ever get people at the store that are just exactly like that? Like, what else can I buy? I want this.
Sometimes, I mean, you know, you need to show them around, and I don't like a hard sell. I'm not a hard seller, and I don't like that. You know, I don't ever push someone into anything. I'll just show them what's available, let them try things on. If they want to buy it, if they feel they can afford it, then cool. You know, if they can only get a CD, then cool. If they can only get a wristband, then cool. The point is, you're supporting what I'm doing, and I appreciate it because that extra little money in my pocket is going towards making more music.
That's amazing, man.
Or keeping me alive, which also helps me.
It's
make
important.
More music. Yeah,
that's important. I remember one time me and Lean got in the car and drove to Scotland.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, I do, because I was in Edinburgh. When was that? Like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Ah, man, freestyle survival.
Yeah, no, I remember that because I remember where we were because I walked past it when I was in Edinburgh the last time.
Yeah, flipping. That's gotta be about 5 years ago, bro.
Oh, that's probably about 6 years ago. But I was in Edinburgh.
Oh, and
again,
you saw
about
the
two,
spots.
yeah,
okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Nah, but it was mad. People, just for your knowledge, myself, Shadow, and a mutual friend of ours, a great person, amazing freestyler, called Jaylene.
Doing extremely well for himself, by the way.
Yeah, extremely well. Yeah. All jumped in the car. Well,
drove non-stop to Scotland, by the way.
Actually, before we get to that, I don't know how the idea came about, because we were sitting down chopping it up as we do, being humans and being male, and coming up with that. Yeah, man. Yo, we should just travel the world freestyling. We should just travel England freestyling. Oh, you know what? Let's do it tomorrow. It was kind of like tomorrow. Was it a couple of days or so?
It was a couple of days because I printed up all the CDs because I printed like 100 CDs. I've still got a couple of them left.
That was crazy, bro. It was literally a few days.
I barely slept because that took a while.
It was a few days, but we jumped in the car and we said, all right, we're going to start in Scotland. I will never forget. Big up Dave Boyd. Big up Andrea.
Yeah.
You guys were the first ones that said, yeah, because we put it on the internet.
Yeah.
If anybody's got it, we put it on. Them days it was Twitter, right?
Yeah.
There weren't no. Was it?
Or
Facebook was about, but it wasn't like how it is now. Definitely no Insta. And we put on the Twitter, yo, we're gonna be traveling all of the UK and just freestyling and surviving by selling CDs.
Yeah.
Can you, if you can put us up, please do. And we're starting in Scotland.
Yeah.
And that day we get a message, yeah, you can come and stop at ours.
Yeah.
I don't know who broke the shower. Big up Dave. Somebody broke his shower.
I didn't break the shower.
I didn't break the shower.
I know that.
Maybe it was Lean.
Well, he ain't here, so you can't defend himself.
Exactly. That's why we're blaming him. And we actually did it.
Yeah.
We
I remember Newcastle. We was there in Newcastle pretending to be American and asking people where Buckingham Palace was.
Shucks.
I remember the bacon sandwich. I had the best bacon sandwich I've ever had in my life in Glasgow. And we had that haggis as well.
You had the haggis.
I tried the haggis. I tried it. You know what? Because I think I bought the haggis from Tesco, and we tried to cook it, and it went a bit wrong. And I tasted it. I was like, no, I'm not sure if it's meant to taste like this or smell like this. So I allowed it. Because no, you know what it was? Because we kept it in the back of the boot, and it was warm. It was hot. Yeah. Because I tasted it, I was like, I'm not sure about this. Because I later had haggis again, where somebody else had cooked it,
and it tasted proper.
No, well, it never tasted proper. Come on, it's the heart, lungs, and liver of a sheep. There's no way that's ever tasted proper.
That was never. So big up everybody that we got.
But you know what? When in Scotland, you know what I mean. Like anytime I go to a different country, I like to.
You gotta try it, man.
Try what
local cuisine.
Yeah.
So we did what? We did Scotland. We did Newcastle. Leeds, I think. Yeah, we did Leeds. Was it Leeds?
I think, or was it Sheffield?
No, before we got there, bro. Remember we did that. No, we did Glasgow. The night when we shelled the party in Glasgow.
Yeah, we just because we kind of just turned up at dances and said, look, kind of bullied them. I don't think you could get away with that now, but it was just like, look, you got a mic, cool, we're gonna show this.
Yeah,
it just came in and did it.
That was it. I remember that night, man. That night was like
that was at the art school.
Yeah, the art school in Glasgow, I believe, where the security was like, nah, you can't come in. I was like, yo, man, we can do this, man. We got music out the road, man. We're good. We end up jumping on the mic. The mics weren't working because the wires weren't working.
And then Lean did Lean came like the A-team, fam. He was there in the wiring system with the engineer, invented stuff, man. Was like soldering. I don't know where he got a solder machine from.
Fully rewired
the entire system and got the mic working. We stepped up and it wasn't an embarrassment. We shelled that whole party. I still got the footage. I think I put that on YouTube somewhere. Yeah.
We killed that party.
You know what? I completely forgot about that entire section of my life.
Yo, fam. And then we went to Sheffield, did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm vaguely remembering another party. I think that might have been Brum because at that point my voice was gone.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really do much apart from just get on the mic and be like, ah. But anyway, the point I'm making is we started, we just came up with the idea. We started and we said, fuck it. However it works, it works. And it fortunately worked out for us, or else we wouldn't have been.
Sometimes you just need to leave your house.
Sometimes you just need to get out of your comfort zone.
As I always say, there are talkers and there are doers, and there are too many talkers out there, and a lot of people just talk and never actually do anything. And sometimes, even if you don't fully know what the hell you're doing or what's going to happen, the minute you step out of your house and start making moves on doing, you've already done more than 90% of people.
I recognize that as well, bro. And it's important to recognize the doers, especially within the culture, man. That it's just so important. It's key. It's key to step outside of your comfort zone. It's key to just say, all right, then cool, I'm gonna try this, and it's okay if it don't work the way I envisage it working. You as a man, you know, and I love. Some people might hate it, but I love to repeat the same thing here, saying you've gone from shutting CDs to having your own shop, pop-up shop, to having a van, you know, your own personalized van, to where you are today. You're 3 albums deep.
Yeah.
You're going for your 4th album now. You're gonna start writing. You're gonna go for EP first.
EP this year. I might try for an album this year, but you know what? I think with an album, it's a snapshot of your life. And I'm in a transition period of my life right now where I'm moving into the next step and the next stage where album 3, I can definitively look back at that and say I'm not the same guy that I was at album 3, but I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? So until I've fully like slotted into that role where I'm in album 4 lifestyle now, I don't really feel like I can make album 4. Yeah,
I hear you.
Place called De La Vega, Spanish Town rocking, over prison over. I grew up in a place called Ensom City, Spanish Town grooving, everybody nice. Spanish Town, me born, that's where me come from. From me looking at me face, you see a De La Vegan. Well, I said come Max and Glazer Anti-Federation. Strictly roots and culture play per nice station. Yo, yeah, hear me Latino youth, them on the money promoter. We are doing this to the dance done, I'm ready. Spain Town original. And my neighbors drink out over Spanish Town hospital. To me mama name Nana Spanish Town original. And my papa name Kaneka Spanish Town original. And my granny name Peggy Spanish Town original. Them call her sticker cause she don't normal. For your grandson connect such a field marshal. If I dance all school we are the principal. And now we are the real microphone officials. Give them a new style. Sperling in a me goodies and me well physical. Well I'm offering Papa Connect microphone official. Me read me Bible every day and some well biblical. I meditate in the morning, summer well spiritual. I said original chronics representing from prison oval. Live and direct, hear me now. I grew up in a place called De La Vega. Spanish Town rocking over prison oval. I grew up in a place called Ensign City. Spanish Town groovy. Everybody cries. Yes, I grew up. Yeah, me know. Well, me say uptown, posse beggar rock and come in. Me say downtown, posse beggar rock and come in. Me say tell Maxine, Paulette and Pauline, and I tell them Papa Chronics him they up on the scene. Voice string out like a siren. Bring your little picnic and my lyrics them clean. No cigarette, no day, just strictly the green. And send no alcohol, no day, just strictly spurling. I'm a afraid bring my woman cause I royal rhythm. Remember said the king of kings done crown with the queen. Oh, me fell left my woman and a sprawl with machine. And me can't dance with no M16. Can't wind me good deep on no all 14. And I'm a friend Papa Chronics and the royal regime. Come, push up your hand them on the royal regime. Come, hug up your woman on the royal regime. Well, I'm a friend Max Gazer and the royal regime. And I'm one Kenny Museum and the royal regime. Well, I'm the whole federation and the royal regime. And the whole of Brooklyn and the royal regime. Spanish Town, well, and we royal. The pressures of a life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. I pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah. Like a split, turn up the music. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who said life no order? And every man got this struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me overcome my struggles. Skanking sweet, yeah. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music Body body stinking sweet. Daddy body stinking sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna be skanking. I wanna be skanking. I'm gonna be skanking. I'm gonna be skanking. Whoa.
Space, so leave me alone. Now you're dealing with a lonely heart. Now there's a fire inside me, I don't wanna lose control. But let the fire ignite, cause I don't really care no more. And another one bites the dust. Yet another one made by lust. You had chosen one, should have been in the fight for love. Now you're bruised and scarred, should have made a game out of love. Oh baby, it's a game of love. You think that it's a game of love. Oh baby, when you play with love, somebody get hurt. Oh boy, you thought that she could love you better, wrong, so wrong. You had the best girl all along. Now the good girl in me, she's gone. Now there's a fire inside me, I don't wanna lose control. But let the fire ignite, cause I don't really care no more. And another one bites the dust. Yet another one made by lust.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Well, tell me, do you hear the sound, boy? We moan well. Well, he's crying all over the world, yeah, yeah. Well, tell me, do you hear the sound, boy? We moan well. You can hear them crying all over the world, yeah. Well, so many sound boys confidence. Oh, gosh. I don't know for them, I run home and them straight up vex. Hey, hey, hey. Don't try and push a little tin pan sound, deny it. Don't try and push a little jump and sound, don't run. We not feel no way, no way. When your little toy sound look play, move out the way and let the bad man slay. Move out the way and let the bad man slay. Well, tell me, do you hear the sound, boy? We moan well. Well, he's crying all over the world, yeah, yeah. Well, tell me, do you hear the sound, boy? We moan well. You can hear them crying all over the world, yeah. Well,
We couldn't call it Mek Money Monday without them reggae flavors.
said a good gosh alone.
We played a couple of tunes from Chronics.
The
The last one was from Itana, and this one is Crying.
all around the world, you see the people catch a fever. Proper sounding bubble up, catch a fever. And late night dancing, go up, them must
Now one of my favorite memes this week was
only done that. That's
the picture of an antelope
top number one. It gon' make the
with a cheetah behind it,
you tell why you bubble and you steamer.
and it said,
Well, tell me, do you get
"Not everyone that follows you is your fan."
well,
And I found that very, very interesting.
the world, yeah, yeah. Well, tell me, do you hear the sound, boy? We moan well.
But even more interesting,
Hear them crying out.
we're gonna finish up this conversation with Shoudo,
Well, tell me, do you hear the sound?
and after that,
We moan well.
hopefully be motivated to start today, get your day off right,
He's crying.
make as much money as you can in the right and proper way.
Tell me, do you hear the sound, boy? We moan.
And until next week,
Oh, yes. Tell me,
same time, same place,
tell me, do you hear?
guidance.
Cry.
I have been Serocee. Peace. So, again, 25,000 plus CDs sold. Okay. Merchandise running off the shelf. You can go to
DIYgang.co.uk.
Ninja Warrior.
Oh yeah.
And bro, I was pissed when you mentioned to me that you look. I was vexed, man. Vexed in a good way, and I was just like, "Yo, fam, I've been wanting to do that forever." Ninja Warrior, this brother's on. You know, I can't tell you what stage he gets to. Just make sure you look out for
Yeah, it's going to be on ITV around April/May kind of time. I think it's end of April, early May that I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, bro, and laughing.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
And you know, really successful businessman. I know you have your targets that you want to achieve, but you certainly have been an inspiration, and I think people listening to this should be inspired to know that you can make something of the industry that is now, because things are changing now.
Well, I think you just need to make your own journey. You know what I mean? Like, just if you love something and you create it, you can sell it if you know how to do it. For instance, I absolutely love manga and anime. You know, the whole Japanese style of cartoons and comic books. And I said to myself, one day I'm going to have my own manga. That day is now. I have my own manga. You know, I released I brought out the first half of my first book, made 200 test copies because I never sold a book before that, sold out in a month and a half.
That's
because
real
people
dope.
liked it. Now the full book is coming out, volume 1. It's almost finished. It should be out within the next month or so. You can pre-order that on my website as well, DIYgang.co.uk, and it's literally, it's just a retelling of my life as an artist and my journey as an artist. So I want people to be able to read it and actually see the dedicated work and graft that has to go into creating a music journey. And you can read that, you can look at the things that I do, and you can take that into your own life and use that to bring yourself forward. But it also has a load of fighting and special abilities in it as well. So there's that.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
So is there a plan for the manga cartoon?
You know what? I want to turn that into an anime. That's a longer term plan. I'm probably looking at 5+ years on that. Firstly, I need to get out volume 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Right now, I'm just trying to get the book finished and get it out there, because I know as soon as it's out there, it's going to do well, because it's not only a dope story, but the artwork is ridiculous. Like, I look at it and I thank God for my artist, because you know what, just go have a look at the artwork and try and tell me something about it. If anybody opens their mouth and says it's rubbish, you are blind. I promise you that. I will slap you in your face for free, because it is sick.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if this program's about slapping people in the
Yo,
face,
when it comes to the art, because you know what, I can get bossy with the artwork, because I didn't draw that. You know what I mean? So that's not me being full of myself. My dude, my artist, drew that, so I can be as full about it as I want, because that's not me. But when you look at the artwork, it's just ridiculous. Like, you see the veins in the hands, kind of thing.
Wow. I mean, I saw a couple of clips. You showed me a couple.
Yeah, I've got some new pictures for you. Anyway, I'll show you.
That's super dope, man. I think check that though, man. Look at the transition and everything I've noticed about your career as well, bro. It's all been a transition, but it's also been quite natural.
Yeah, it's just stuff I like. Yeah. Just stuff I like. Like, you know, anime and manga has always been something, and I think this is when you make your business about you and you make it about stuff that you're genuinely interested in and genuinely passionate about, people will buy into it, because it doesn't seem gimmicky and it doesn't seem forced. You know, anybody else who makes a comic book or anything like that, unless you're a proper nerd for that kind of thing, it looks bait. But for me, I've been talking about this stuff from day. You can go on my Facebook, you can go back to years ago. I'm still talking about Dragon Ball, I'm still talking about Naruto. All of that kind of stuff I'm on. So it just makes sense that I step into that world as well. And when you look at my music videos, I fuse those kind of things as well. You get the martial arts, you get the anime in my music videos.
We haven't even spoken about the Gets feature.
Oh, yeah.
We ain't even spoken about some of the music. You know what? We have to speak about some of the music. Give me, like, people, you watch Love and Hip Hop, yeah? You know who Papoose is, yeah? This brother's got a tune with Papoose. Featuring me, of course.
Yeah,
but, you know,
yeah. It's a sick tune. Sick tune. That got the playlist on. That got my first playlist on Radio 1 Extra.
That was such a sick tune, man.
Yeah.
You got the feature with Gigs. Not Gigs, sorry, Gets. You got the feature with Gets. But the video was so dope. The animated video, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I need to do another one of those, but it's just so expensive.
You used the Stickman, wasn't it? It was the Stickman video. Hey, people, tell them what they can find. Is that all on your channel?
Yeah. It's on. You go on YouTube, you type in Shoudo, you'll find all of my music videos. But you know what it was? That was ahead of my time, because the amount of interest that got, I wasn't ready to field that, and I didn't really know how to work with that and how to capitalize.
Expand on that.
Well, you know what? Because it was getting a lot of views, it was getting a lot of looks. I should have been going around to the radio stations. I should have been getting the features and the interviews and stuff like that. But I didn't know what to do with that. I was just happy that people liked it. You know what I mean? But now, having gone through that and made the mistake of not utilizing that opportunity, I now know better how to. Do you understand what I mean? So if one day I want to do another stick figure video, not yet, because there's other stuff I need to do, but yeah, I like it. I like just different stuff, you know?
So that video was so dope, man. But moving on, you know, you got last year Dropkick Man.
That was a surprise. Because I won the AIM award, the hardest working artist award, which I fully didn't expect to win, because there were people in that category who I thought would have blown me out of the water, but apparently not. But yeah, so I just put out a track real quick. I turned that around in a matter of days and just put it out just as a thank you. And yeah, it got added to the Grind Shutdown playlist on Spotify. It was number 40 in the UK's viral chart for Spotify as well, top 50 chart. And yeah, it's my most successful track, and I just turned that around quick. You know, I just wanted to write something, so I did. And at this point, I just invested in a home recording setup, so now I don't even need to go studio to record. So that was one of the first tracks I'd recorded on my home setup, just to see how it sounded. So that's the madness.
So as far as your setup's concerned, what are you using?
Got the mic. I would need to check what it is because I can't remember off the top of my head. Got the mic, got the stand, got it into the laptop, got the soundproofing, just simple stuff. But do you know what it is? It's because I've spent so much time in studios, paying money in the studio and recording, that I know exactly how to get the sound that I want. Because I don't just go to a studio and record. I watch what the engineer is doing, and I look and I learn. And so then when I'm sitting in front of my own setup now, I'm saving the money that I've invested on that. I'm now saving in terms of studio time, and I can spend 5 hours on a tune if I want to, and that's not costing me money because I'm there and I can make sure that every single word is on point and I'm happy with everything.
Now I found out, man. I found when I was going to studio and recording, I'm a person, I don't write physically write, but I write in my head.
Yeah.
And when you're on the clock, as it were,
it's time pressure.
You rush yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Having my own setup, I'm able to just go, alright then, cool. I like that. Go away, and maybe a day later go, you know what? The way I said that, I can change that word. I can change. I like to do a whole song in one sitting. But then, like I said, I can go away and you can listen to it a few times, as I'm sure you do, and come back and tweak that word, tweak this word.
Yeah, I'm funny about like single words. Like I'll go in and just re-record single little bits just to make it the clarity, just to get the clarity right, you know. And in fact, I've got a new tune that's coming out in February. It's called Kaioken. I'm gonna show you that after we're done here. But yeah, excited about that one.
Sick, man. Merchandise-wise, music-wise, we talked about. We haven't really spoken about how you managed to get shows, because you've done tours and everything.
Yeah, I have, but do you know what? The shows for me is the final frontier. Like, I believe in music, the three main areas that you need to master is the music. Second is the merchandise, or not necessarily second, but you know, these three things: music, merchandise, and shows or touring. The shows section is what I'm working on this year, so I'm putting together a short tour this year. I'm going to be aiming to do a lot more performances, but I'm not just doing that. I'm actually doing a lot of speaking, public speaking, keynote speaking, appearances on panels. So I've got three conferences that I'm speaking at next month, one of which is in Amsterdam. I'm at the Fast Forward conference in Amsterdam, just talking about how I've built my career, that kind of stuff. I go into schools, into universities, I talk to the students about building life and building a career as an independent creative and how it is entirely possible. And you know, that's just another way to get out there and perform without directly performing, you know. So yeah, I'm still mastering the shows part of it, and when I definitively work out how to get 1,000 people into a venue every single time, then I can say that I've mastered the shows. So I'm a little bit hesitant to give concrete advice on shows yet, because I don't feel like I've mastered it. I've got ideas and I've got things that I learn, but if it's merchandise, if it's music, I've got that covered. But yeah, the shows, that's coming.
You're working on that.
And that's part of the reason why I'm taking a month or two off, to really just knuckle down and focus on the weaker areas of my business, which I think anyone needs to do.
Absolutely. Well, you need to be honest with yourself when it comes to that.
You need to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. I know that one of my weaknesses is that I'm not great with online stuff. So if I can't do it, I'll pay someone else to do it. You know, and there's just sometimes you just have to just say, you know what, this is not for me, but there is somebody else who can. And I think it's Robert Kiyosaki who said, surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. And I think that is very poignant, because you need to not only be able to control your ego to recognize when somebody is smarter than you, but you also need to know what you are smarter than other people at and what other people are smarter than you at. And that's not to say that they're going to be smarter than you at everything or that you're dumb, just that you have your own specific talents and strengths, and somebody else has their own specific talents and strengths. And if you can pay them to bring their strengths and talents over to your camp and work on your behalf, then why not?
Brother, I didn't know if it was Robert. I've heard the saying before. I didn't know it was Robert Kiyosaki, but I know that there's, you know, the other saying, and it's not really a saying. It's just literally say the smartest thing to do in business is employ people that are better at you at doing certain tasks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's that. And if you had any advice to, you see, a lot of the things that you've said here can be taken and you know, if I just masked it and covered it and didn't say it was music, though these lessons that you've learned can be used in any form of business.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
So if you had a takeaway or a giveaway or a nugget or a gem for the people listening to the Mek Money Monday podcast, and now understand that, you know, a little bit about the music industry, yes, but then they also understand that you make a living from music, and it isn't because of your, 150,000 following on Instagram, etc., etc., etc. It's literally because you're out there doing it. Whereas some people are on Instagram filming and pretending to do it.
We can make it simpler. I make a living from music because people buy my music.
Yeah,
that's it.
But you're getting them to buy it by being there.
Yeah,
and you know.
But ultimately, I mean, you know, you can be there, you can do the shows and whatnot, but you can do free appearances and do the stuff for the what's it called, for the exposure. But ultimately, you need to know how to monetize what you do and how to squeeze every last drop out of what you do, and that's not money grabbing. That's just being realistic, that if you want the quality, if you want the best possible art out of the artist, then they need to be able to live, and they need to be able to feel that what they're doing is worthwhile, and that people are out there listening and supporting.
You know, it's funny that you said it's not money grabbing, because as an artist, I feel as though if somebody phones you up and says, yo, like the other day I had somebody contact me about a feature, right? Yo, can you feature on this track? I'm like, yeah, but let me listen to the track first, because as I'm sure with you, it's always about the music first.
Yeah.
You listen to the track, I'm like, yeah, it's nice, I'm interested in it. Right, what budget we working with? And the response I got from the person was almost like, how dare you ask about budget? And I feel a lot of the key things that you've said again today is, look, your time's worth money. Like, whatever you're doing, people out there, you know, even if you're sitting down advising other people, your time's worth money.
Oh yeah, and it costs me money to sit down and write lyrics, because that's other things I can be doing. I can be working on my own project.
Absolutely.
And that's brain power, that's lyricism, that's wordplay, that's flows that could be used on my own stuff that I'm now using on something for you that I now can't use. So, and if you're selling it, even more so. Do you know what I mean? If you're making money out of it, how come I can't make money out of it? You know, and it's the same with live performances as well, because back in the day, at least, when I was doing shows for exposure only and there wasn't any pay, everybody was getting paid. The man in the toilet was getting paid, the cleaner was getting paid, but how come the person who is putting on the entertainment and actually bringing the guests into the venue is not getting paid? That don't make sense to me.
Never did. I can't take exposure to British Gas. I can't take exposure to flipping all of the bills that I got. Exposure don't pay my car insurance. You know what I mean? So everything has a value.
Yeah.
If you want me to perform, then kindly say, let's talk about the fee. But bro, you know, that's almost the end of the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
To be speaking to you. What I want you to do before you go though, brother, and I know you mentioned it a couple of times, is if you can, because I know you have pop-ups all over the place, just tell the people where they can find you, social media, and you know.
Do you know what? Easiest thing, just grab me online, because I always put out where I'm going to be in the physical world on my socials. So Facebook and YouTube, it's /Shaudo Music. It's SHAODOW Music. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, it's @Shaudo Music. Website is DIYgang.co.uk, but ironically, if you put shaudomusic.com in, you will also get to my website as well. Spotify, type in Shaudo. Apple Music, type in Shaudo. Deezer, Tidal, any of those. Listen to my music, stream it to death, because they pay me 0.004 pence per play. That's a fourth of a penny per play. If you play it enough, I'll be able to buy a Kit Kat, and I really want a Kit Kat.
And that's important.
Yeah.
Your book, can we buy that on Amazon?
Not yet, but you can, or you can pre-order it on my website. I will be putting it on Amazon as well when it's done, but for now I've got it up for pre-orders because I'm trying to just finish the printing and everything like that. So if you pre-order it, you're directly helping the book get made. And yeah, aside from that, just stay in contact. I put up all my shows and everything on my song kick, on my bands in town, and if you send me a message, I will send you one back.
You will. And I love that, you know, I love that about when I'm reading your YouTube and a man will say, yo, this is sick, I'd be like, thank you so much for your comments. Yo man, this, and even when people put up negatives as well, bro, this is what I like about watching your progression as well. Even when people put up negatives, you don't respond with all up in your feelings. You know what I mean? You'll be like, okay, what is it exactly? You know, you try to get to the bottom of whatever they might have a problem with. Now, some people it's just sheer ignorance, and they've never had an artist come back to them and say, all right, thanks for your comments. What is it that you'd like to change? And then they're like stumped, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you turned a few of those like from haters to be like.
Just some people just like to hate. I mean, YouTube commenters are some of the most venomous people in the world, and I think the anonymity. I can't do this. Anonymity. There you go. Anonymity is what it makes them feel brave. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm an artist and I'm putting my music out into the world, and not everybody's going to like it. You just got to accept that. But as long as more people like it than those who don't, you're doing something right.
Absolutely.
And conversely, if nobody dislikes it, then you're actually doing something wrong. Because,
that's a good point.
Yeah, because you have to, like, you're making watered down, bland, something like tasteless for everybody music, and that's boring. You have to differentiate yourself, and when you are targeting one group of people, you are at the same time not targeting another group of people. That's how it works, you know.
You can't please everybody.
No, and neither should you. Try.
Nah. One of the things I'm gonna ask for as well is a book recommendation, bro.
Depends what you want. If we're talking business, we're talking life. We're talking business. There's, you know what? I'm actually reading Arnold Schwarzenegger's book at the moment, which is really, it's very good. I didn't expect it to be good, but it's very good. That guy works from day dot. That guy's worked, and he deserves every piece of success he's got. But that will show you how he has diversified the brand, which is Arnold. And as a business person and a musician, you are a brand as well. So you need to think how you can utilize that brand and leverage it. What else? Let me just have a look at my book list, because
I like the sound of that Arnold Schwarzenegger book. What is it? What's it called? Do you know?
Autobiography. Yeah, it's called Total Recall: My Unbelievably True Life Story.
Don't give them no more, bro. We're just making one recommendation.
Just one. Oh, okay.
So Total Recall my
Unbelievably True Life Story.
All right, and what I'm gonna do, people, just to simplify it all, I'm gonna put.
I actually do need to give one more, because this one is very good as well. It's called How to Make It in the New Music Business by Ari Herstand. A guy who's personally inspired me, because I completely forgot. I also do the DIY Gang Guide on YouTube, which is a video advice series for independent musicians. So if you go on my YouTube and you want further advice and, you know, real life tips and tricks on how to get to a point where you can live entirely off your music, watch the DIY Gang Guide on my YouTube. But this guy, Ari Herstand, he does a blog called Ari's Take, and I've read it for many years, and it inspired me to do my YouTube. And when he came over to the UK, we were both speaking on the BBC Amplify panel, different panels, but we met. We went out for a drink and we had a chat, and I bought his book, and it's a fantastic book, and I'd fully recommend it. And I recommend it even more because I know the guy and I've spoken to him, and he's a good guy.
So there you have it. 2 books recommended. What I'm gonna do, if you're gonna be listening to this on rumandbassradio.com, so therefore I'll put some links up to it, to all of the stuff there, and to the Shadow site, etc, 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 so you can go and grab all the stuff there from the website. Shadow's website is www.diygang.com.co.uk.
That's it.
So you can get him direct, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for passing through,
pleasure,
brother. Remember, buy the music, stream the music, download the music, see him on road, buy CDs off him, buy his hat off him, buy the clothes off his back. Support the brother.
I ain't walking around naked, so
support the brother. Thank you so much. This has been Mek Money Monday. One more time, say it for them, Shoudo.
Mek Money Monday. It's your boy Show Diddy. Peace.
Yeah, peace, bro.